Good morning, Facebook family and friends. This is Holistic Health with Paul Garwood. I appreciate coming to you this morning with this very interesting and beneficial podcast. This morning I'm going to talk about a very special principle that I love to live by and I love to communicate to other people. And what this principle is, the importance of owning it all when it comes to your life. Many people do not accept the fact that they need to own everything concerning their life, past, present, and future. I struggle with my past. I had beliefs in things that would just trouble my heart to never end. I used to doubt myself. I used to be in denial. I tried prayer, meditation. I tried many different things. There were many nights, many days that I would be on my knees just begging God to help me. I was in so much pain. Just different things that had happened in my past that was in my memory bank. I would just, ask God to just please help me, please heal me, please take this pain away. But it never went away. And you know why? Because I was not owning up to my part in those negative things that had happened in my life. Everybody has done wrong. Everybody has had someone that has done wrong to them. We get caught off guard all the time. You think you meet somebody and this is the perfect one and it just doesn't work out. You get a job and you say, oh, this is the job, this is it for me, and it just don't work out. You can go buy a car and say, oh, wow, this is my car. This is what I always wanted. And it turned out to be a lemon. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. You made mistakes. But what I'm seeing happening today and talking to people, family, friends, and clients is that they don't always know what to feel, what to do when they put their hands in something and it gets messier and messier. And they definitely don't know what to do once they start to get tired and start to get fatigued. This is where depression comes in. Because people get in situations where it just gets worse and worse and they get more tired, and more tired. This has been my life before. I'm pretty sure as people that's listening, this has been your life. But I want to come to you today with some news that I hope will bring a smile to your face. And that is, you can change it. But the only way you can change this is by taking ownership to everything that has happened to you, positive and negative. When you own your life, when you own everything you have done, positive and negative, especially the negative, then people can't hold things over your head. And this allows you to make changes. This allows you to delete what needs to be deleted. This allows you to put anybody that's bringing negativity to your life, to put them out of your life. This gives you rulership. Now, when you own up to your life, then you can rule your own life. You have rule over what you own, and so owning even the bad will give you strength to address it, change it, or completely cut it out your life. Now, don't be like most people and just own up to your good, to your accomplishments, to your talents, to the good things you do to people, or to the good things that you do in your life. You got to own up to them imperfections. You got to own up to them failures, things you failed at. You got to own up to them shortcomings, because that's you too. That's a part of you. But when you own up to it, then you will one day you will realize and you will say, man, this don't have to be me. My life does not have to be personified by the mistakes that I made. I don't have to keep being judged by my imperfections. I don't have to be judged about what you think of me. I don't have to be judged because you keep bringing up the mistakes that I've made. When you take ownership, you take power away from other people and you give that power to yourself. Because can't nobody own your life but you. Nobody can own your life but you. You see, this is what's wrong in the world today. Nobody takes ownership for the negative things that they do. And I don't care if you're rich or poor. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what sexual orientation you are. Nobody takes responsibility for the wrong that they do. Nobody takes ownership. But this is why there's no peace. There's no peace for individuals, and there's no peace for the world. Because let me tell you, to make peace, you have to make peace with your past if you don't want your future to be complicated, conflicted, and in chaos. And this goes for individuals and the world. You have to make peace with your past by taking ownership of your past so that your future won't be a mess. It won't be full of chaos, conflict, and ill content. We all know I had to realize, I had to sit down and say, man, I deserve better than this. Oh, this ain't it. This ain't getting it. I know I deserve better. But I was the only one that can give that to myself. But what I had to do was I had to be honest with myself. Paul, you have messed up bad. Paul, you have made some mistakes that you know you shouldn't have made. Paul, you have done things to people that you know you shouldn't have done that to. Paul, you did not handle that with a responsible nature. I had to be honest, but then I also had to be bold enough to say, I will not be defined by them mistakes. I took ownership back and I made changes. I started addressing all of them imperfections, all of them things that I used to do, to where you can't look at me and say that I do those things no more. If you look at me, only thing you can say is, I used to do those things, but I took that power away from them and I gave it to me to the point to where I even speak on those things that used to be held over my head. Now that's ownership. That's power. You see, what I did was I stopped making excuses. But then I also needed reinforcement. And I would wake up every morning. And I tell you need to do it too. You need to wake up every morning and have a affirmation. You need to have an affirmation every evening so that you can stay fortified, so that you can stay strengthened. You also have to stop making excuses about taking ownership. Because you cannot let fear hold you hostage in agony and turmoil. We don't have to keep making our lives a living hell. We don't have to keep living mediocre lives. We don't have to keep walking around beat down, burdened with all of these excuses that we have about not changing our life. You see, sometimes the things we fear, the doubt we rehearse in our minds, and the negativity we confess are the only things in the way of us having a successful, happy life. And this is done by taking ownership. It's not about money. It's not about jobs. It's not about everything that you can do. It's not about that. What it is about is you knowing that you have a right, a God-given right, to lead a full and rewarding life. This is what happens when you take ownership for your entire life, past, present, future. Do affirmations every morning and every evening to keep you strengthened not to live your life by the definition of what others think about you. And when you stop making excuses and realize that you have a God-given right to live a happy, full, and rewarding life. Again, this is Holistic Health with Paul Garwood, and I will be speaking on many different subjects that's going to be beneficial to your health and wellness in this world. I appreciate you listening to me. I hope what I said was helpful. I can be found on Facebook. I have my website, Strive to Succeed Every Day. Look me up. Reach out to me. I have a book out, Finding Your Purpose, which is a good, solid read. It's not a huge book, but it's direct and straight to the point about how you can reignite your life and live a content, happy life. It's on Amazon. Take a look at it. But just remember that everything that I'm doing from my heart because this is what helped me, and I want to help others. Again, it's been a pleasure. You have a wonderful evening. Holistic Health with Paul Garwood signing off. Take care. God bless.